Arthur?
No, it's King Kong, isn't it?
Arthur, what?
You're going to call the police then?
What for?
I'm going to put this round your neck, you mean cow, and squeeze the bleeding life out of you.
What?
And I might swing him for you, you big...
Arthur, have you been drinking?
Arthur, have you been drinking?
I'm glad you've come back. Thank God you've come back.
I like your bloody sarcasm. That's a good one, that is.
Oh, I mean it. I thought you'd gone for good.
I have. I've gone, missus.
And don't say that, Arthur, please.
I mean, what do I want to stay here by sleeping that bleeding bed of nails?
Because I mean it.
What do you mean?
I can't bear the thought of being on my own. I can't, Arthur. I know that now. I've even...
Even what?
put lipstick on.
What do you mean you always put lipstick on?
No, on my...
On your nipples, Johnny? Have you?
You said you wanted me to.
God, you're a girl, aren't you?
You said you
How
wanted...
did you know I was coming back tonight?
I didn't.
You've been putting it on there every night, just in case, like.
I wanted you to come home.
Well, let's see. I see. Still the same after all.
Oh, no, you're not the same, Arthur. But you're... It's fine.
And I'm your Abby, and I... Johnny. God, love a duck.
Do you... like it?
Like it? Honey, it's bloody mad.
But I swear, Arthur, please.
You was listening. You was listening to everything I said. Oh, Joan, look at it. It's like a proper little rosebud.
Where have you been?
On my trip, business.
Are they as nice as...
Nice as what?
as nice as hers?
Listen.
As nice as Betty's, for example.
Who?
Betty.
What are you on about? Well, come on, say what you're going to say. She what?
She makes eyes at you.
Oh.
Oh, doesn't she?
Oh, I should be so lucky. I wouldn't touch someone like her with a barge pole. What on earth gave you that idea?
Just... something. I felt it, that's all.
Well, you felt wrong. Wrong. You're barking up the wrong tree altogether.
But you have slept with someone, haven't you?
Cross my heart, I know to die. I've never touched no one since we was wed, Joe.
What do you mean?
I mean what I say.
Oh, where?
Nobody. Do you hear what I say? Nobody. Nobody at all.
I always felt... I used to... But you have wanted to, haven't you? Arthur, please tell me the truth.
I am telling you the truth. Almighty strike me dead on the spot.
You have wanted to.
Wanting to is not the same as doing it, is it?
Do you like it if I wanted to with some other chap?
No, not really. No. I wouldn't mind.
I don't want to.
No. Perhaps I'm not as good as you are, Joan.
But it's not being good if you're not even tempted. Never ever enters my head.
Well, perhaps. Men. They're not the same. But the ladies, I mean, perhaps.
But most men...
They're dead inside. And outside as well.
I've been thinking about it. Perhaps it was all my fault.
I sometimes think.
Paul?
I sometimes think if I had the chance and it was a dark night, I'd my own grandma. No, look, listen, I didn't mean it. Oh, look, it's only a word. Oh, look, for Christ's sake. Listen, there's a story I've heard. It's a true story. No, please, listen, please. Listen. In a band now. A very well-known band, as a matter of fact. This man and this woman singer. Well, at the hotel where they're playing, they gave the lift man a £5 note to stop the lift between floors and turn his back.
Why?
Well, so they can make love in the lift.
This and that.
No, a bit of the other.
And they're just animals, Arthur, and you know they are.
Are they, Joe? Are they?
The most disgusting story I've ever heard.
I wish. Oh, I wish.
You wish what?
Nothing.
You do with that man, don't you?
Oh, Joan,
You do, yes you do.
Oh. I wish I could play the piano.
What?
Or any instrument. Any instrument at all. Even a mouth organ.
What are you talking like this for, Arthur? You have been drinking, haven't you?
Listen.
I'm listening, Arthur.
You and the night and the music fill me with flaming desire, setting my being completely on fire. You and the night and the music thrill me, but will we be one after the night and the music are gone? Until the pale light of dawning and daylight, our hearts will be throbbing guitars. Morning may come with a warning and take away the stars. If we must live for the moment, love till the moment is through. After the night and the music die, will I have you?
What are you doing, Arthur?
Pretending.
What? Why?
I've got my own band.
Why don't we have a nice cup of tea, eh?
What, this time of night?
Oatmeal, if you like.
All right, I'll make a cup of tea.
No, I meant it.
Will you, John? After I said that word?
You won't say it again, though, will you?
No, no, never, 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 no.
Are you tired?
Yeah,
You look tired.
yeah, I'm whacked. Fagged out.
You get undressed, and I'll make the tea.
You won't wash it off, though, will you?
Wash what off?
The lipstick.
No, I won't wash it off.
You're a sport, Joe. I've got to say, girl, real sport.
But first,
Yes?
we've got to talk. We've got to talk about everything.
Yeah, we'll talk about everything.
This is everything, Arthur. Please, love.
Everything. We'll talk about everything.
We must. We will, won't we?
Only don't wash it off. Please don't wash it off. Everything.
Roll along, Harry Moon, roll along while I cruise. Shine above, lamp of love, prairie moon. Way up there in the blue, maybe you're lonely too, swinging by in the sky, prairie moon. I need your tender light to make things right. You know I'm all alone tonight. Far away, shed your beams on the girl of my dreams. Tell her too, I've been through prairie moon.
Let's put the light out, eh?
But when we've talked,
What are we going to talk about?
why you went away like you did,
Yes,
and where you went.
yes.
I had tea in the Broadway the other day with Irene.
Oh, yes.
Funniest thing.
What was
Well, this chap playing an accordion in the street, a layabout, they're all over the place, Arthur.
an accordion? What, a piano
We
accordion?
were walking along, Irene and me, and I had the strangest feeling. I thought it was you playing this thing in the street.
Me?
Well, something about him, the way he...
Did he look like me?
Not a bit. Well, not really, but
Well, what made you think it was me, then?
something. Something you can't put into words, like a shadow or... Oh, it made me shiver. I felt quite giddy.
What was he playing?
A hymn. Not very well.
What, a funny sort of chap, was he?
Very odd.
Yeah, but in what way?
Well, he kept saying thank you very, very, very much, even when he wasn't getting anything. Thank you very, 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 very much. What's the matter?
Nothing, no.
Do you know him?
No, how would I know a bloke like that?
Why did you go, Arthur?
Because I was fed up.
With me? Were you fed up with me?
You belittle me.
I'm only trying to help you.
Look, I can't help the way I talk.
But you can, Arthur.
Look, can you hear yourself? And then there's the money.
Father's money?
No, your money, every penny of it.
I'm frightened we should have nothing for our old age.
Well, you won't have me for a start.
Oh, don't, Arthur, please don't say that.
But all I want is a little bit of capital. That's not much to ask from your own wife, is it? A little bit of capital and a little bit of affection.
I do need you.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do. I can't bear the thought of being on my own.
You don't like me on top of you, though, do you?
You have to put it like that.
Well, no, you can get on top of me if you like and make a change.
Sir.
Oh, well,
And does it really matter that much? Does it really matter quite so much? All that I mean.
Well, of course it does. It's the main thing, isn't it? Oh, let's put the light out, shall we?
Well, we haven't said all the things that we were going to say.
No school for you today, then, Miss Harrison? No. You're my grandson's favorite. You are, Miss Everson. What's the point? Where's the sense in it all?
You see, I reckoned it out a long time ago. The days of sheet music is numbered, my love. Well, it stands to reason, doesn't it? What with a wireless and that? People don't make their own entertainment now, do they?
Pity, though.
Yeah, well, in a way it is, yeah. I'd rather listen to Lou Stone's band than some cloth-eared Burke murdering the same tune on a pub piano.
I suppose so.
Yeah, of course it's so. It's got to be so.
Arthur?
What? Oh, sorry. So it's gramophone records, isn't it? That's where the money is, hold on.
You don't know anything about them, do you?
Well, songs is songs, and I know songs, don't I?
Yeah.
Well, I know songs, all right. Well, I can tell it from a dog.
What's a dog?
Well, a song that don't sell. I can tell them a mile away.
You haven't always known.
They don't know what the people are whistling in the street, and half of them are stone deaf.
And you want...
Me own shop.
It'd be risky, Arthur. Wouldn't it be better?
No risk whatsoever, none at all. All a chap needs is a little bit of capital, you see. That's what makes the difference, old girl.
But if you lose it all...
Look, your dad's money will be as safe as ours is, safer.
We'll have nothing to fall back on.
Except our double bed, eh? You won't let me down, will you? You said.
No, Arthur. I've agreed.
It's amazing what a little bit of lipstick will do in the right place, eh, Joe?
Yeah.
It was nice, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little bit of capital and a little bit of affection. See, you won't regret it, sweetie pie.
The king's son climbed up the long tresses. But instead of finding Rapunzel, he found the wicked witch at the top of the tower. "Aha!" cried the wicked old witch in a scratchy voice. "Aha! Your beautiful bird sits no longer in her nest. Rapunzel is lost to you forever. Forever. You will never, ever see her again. Ever. Ever."
Go on, miss, go on.
Quiet. The prince was so heartbroken at these words that he leapt down from the tower. He did not die, but fell in a thicket of thorns at the foot of the tower. The thorns pierced his eyes, and the thorns blinded him, and he wandered all about the forest, unable to see, eating nothing but the few roots and berries he could find by touch and smell alone. And so the poor prince wandered about in misery for many a long year, until he came at last to the desert where the wicked old witch had left Rapunzel. She was living there in the dry land with great wretchedness, with the twins who had been born to her, a little boy and a little girl. The prince heard a voice, and he knew that voice. He stumbled blindly towards it, and Rapunzel saw him. She rushed to him, fell on his neck, and wept. Oh, she wept. Two of her tears trickled into his eyes, and the eyes grew clear, and he could see again.
Please, miss,
Yes?
how about them twins, miss?
What about them?
Who were hard,
Quiet, damn you!
Love is good for anything that ails you. Baby, there is nothing love can't do. Love is good for anything that ails you. How about a sweet romance or two? A kiss will pep you up. A little hug will step you up. If dreams have kept you up, you don't need pills, you need thrills. Love's a precious thing that never fails you. Love is good for anything that ails you.
That's better.
Good afternoon, miss.
Who's there?
You don't know me. Is anything the matter?
Nothing's the matter. What do you want?
That's my car up there on the road. Can you see it? I just stopped for a bit of a rest.
I'm afraid I... Excuse me.
Pardon me, miss. But... You can't see, can you?
Not properly, no.
But isn't it dangerous? This is very rough ground.
No. I've done it so often.
Oh, you live near, do you?
Yes. The house over there, behind the trees.
Would you like someone to walk with you, miss?
That's very kind. But I'm used to
Oh,
walking.
it's all right. I'm driving from London to Gloucester, you see. I've got plenty of time. I took this stretch of the legs. It'd be my privilege.
It's very kind. No, thank you.
But you haven't even got a stick.
This is our property.
Oh, not trespassing, am I?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Well, it didn't look... You know, it didn't look private.
It doesn't matter. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'll never forget this. Not ever. I think you're the most beautiful young lady I've ever seen. Forgive me for saying that. I couldn't help it. I'd cut off my right arm if I could just make you see again. I don't know what I'd do. Take your knickers off. Take care. Please. Take care. Plenty of money about. What's yours?
I don't know who's got it all, then. There's none of it coming my way. That's very nice. I'll have a pint of half an hour. Bloody noise.
Too much left hand.
I don't know about that. The tunes of today to get up my nose. There's no humour in them. I like the old songs.
I'm going to put a 2-bob bit down now to get a couple of points.
And where's it all going to end up? No, not very much. Cheers. 4, the 200 goals today, 200 bleeding doorsteps, took 6 orders, and one of them was for a lavatory brush. It's right up my arse.
Yeah, sheet music's as bad. Bloody terrible.
Where's all this money then?
My last trip was sheet music.
Honest?
Gramophone records, that's a big now. Got me a little shop.
Blimey, Arthur. We are moving up a bit, aren't we?
A capital behind me, see?
Have you? Well, good luck to you, Arthur. Remember what you were talking about the last time? Month ago, isn't it? Here in Gloucester. Last time I was here.
Yeah, well, I wasn't myself, was I?
I thought you'd found something.
I had. Nice little bit of crumpet, mate.
Oh, I mean something. A way of seeing things, like. Know what I mean?
I keep looking out.
I thought you'd found it.
Yeah, it's all between the legs, isn't it?
Is it?
Or in the belly. Beer and pickles.
So that's it then. That's all it is.
It's too heavy. It's much too heavy.
Well, the way you were talking.
Yeah, well, I ain't had it, never. I ain't dipped me wick.
And now you have.
Hello, sugar. Are you alone?
Yes. They're on evening shift.
What time will they be back?
About 11 o'clock.
Doesn't seem natural, does it? Working them hours?
They're lucky to get a full shift.
Yeah. I suppose so. Depends how you look at it.
I just got in from school.
How are the little bleeders?
They...
What are we standing out here for, Eileen?
I don't know whether I want you to come in or not.
What'd you say that for? Eileen? Oh, love.
You better come in.
Yes. I haven't been able to get down this way. I just haven't been able to manage it.
Not a right.
No.
Why haven't you written Arthur?
Look, I know I'm in the wrong, Eileen. I know I should have done, but I'm here now, aren't I?
What are you here for, Arthur?
For you, my love.
Am I?
What?
Your love.
Well, no. I know this doesn't sound very nice, Eileen, but now I can see you standing there. Yes, my love.
And when I'm not in front of you?
Oh, look, don't talk like this, eh?
What way shall we talk then, Arthur?
I don't want to talk at all.
What do you want to do?
Kiss you.
Oh. Is that all?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't really...
Truth? Yes. Please tell me the truth.
I was going to say, I can't stay very long anyway.
Why did you come?
Well, like I said, to see you.
But only for a little while.
Well,
A few minutes.
no, I didn't say that. I'm not just popping in and popping out. What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with me? Do you really want to know?
What? I mean, it's not as if we're not grown-ups and that. There was no... What do you call it? Commitment.
Are you married, Arthur?
What do you want to ask that for? Eileen, have you got such a thing as... But do you think you can make us a cup of tea, Eileen? Oh, stop. Please don't do that. You stop me off, please.
What have you got to cry about, Arthur?
I don't know. But it feels like everything.
I'll make it tea. You don't stand, but you better have a cup now. Do you take sugar?
Yes. 2 spoonfuls, please.
I'm going to have a baby.
How'd you know? Is that definite?
It's quite definite.
Well, does anybody else know? Your dad or anybody?
No. Only the doctor.
Well, pardon me, Eileen, excuse me. Do you intend... I mean, are you going to get rid of it?
You what?
Well, get rid of it. No, look, I don't mean it like that. Did you want to have the baby?
Please sit down. Have you already got children?
No, we haven't.
You tell me any more lies, I'll stick a knife in your back.
Christ, Eileen.
The truth. Please.
Well, cross my heart and hope to die. No, Eileen, no, we haven't got any kids on this.
But you do live with your wife.
What?
Yes. I see.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, there's nothing very much I can do. What are you going to do?
Me? So what the bloody hell am I going to do?
I shall lose my job.
Will you?
Miss Everson, the infant teacher, and her baby.
No, they won't stand for that, will they? Won't have it.
I shall have to move away.
Will you? I suppose you will. Oh, Christ!
Serves me right, doesn't it?
Oh, don't say that. Please don't say that.
I believed you, Arthur. Silly me.
Jay,
Yes.
I believe myself.
Yes.
Do you understand? Yes, you do, don't you? You do understand.
I wanted you, you see.
Did you, love?
Oh, yes.
As you still do, don't you? You still do.
Yes. I still do. Very much.
Blimey.
What's the matter?
I've never heard a woman talk like that. Just like that.
Not decent, is it?
Oh, it's bloody marvellous.
And most of my time thinking about it.
What about
That second time.
when your dad and them was online?
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was good. That big soft bed.
Mm. But
But what? But what, Eileen?
you went away.
Yeah.
So that's that then.
Hey, listen, supposing we was married, me and you.
Oh,
No, listen, just for the sake of argument, suppose we was.
well,
Oh, God, I'm going to go around the houses. Look, there's this story. I've heard this. Do you mind if I have a fag?
no,
Do you not smoke, do you?
no.
Well, you see, I've heard this story, and it's a true story, really true. Look, in a band now, in a very well-known band, and this man and this woman sing. No, listen, please, just listen, just for a little bit, yeah? Now, they've got an engagement at one of these big West End hotels. Now, they gave the lift man a £5 note to stop the lift between floors and turn his back and shut his eyes.
Do people do things like that?
Like what, Eileen? Like what?
Make love in a lift like that.
Oh, you mean kissing, have you?
Oh, is that all?
Oh, you knew exactly what I was on about, didn't you? Hey? Would you do that? Well, they did, I mean. You know.
Between which floors are?
Oh, you're a girl, you are. Oh, love.
Oh, you nasty man, taking your love on the easy plan. Here and there and where you can. Oh, you nasty man, you ain't fooling me. You're just as bad
got it. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. That's the lot. That's everything, sir.
Isn't very much, is it?
It's not a very busy spot, sir. Nobody stops there.
Somebody did.
Yes, sir.
You think people would have more sense, don't you? That peak girl who can't see, walk about like that in this day and age.
The mother says she never went on the road, sir.
Anybody could have seen her.
Not unless they knew she were there.
What's that?
Well, you can't see the path from the road, sir. So we'd have to know it was there, or that she was there,
Or stumble across it by accident and find her alone.
That's right, sir. She wouldn't see him, poor soul.
A strong man, a girl I couldn't see.
Sir. Terrible, sir. Hanging's too good.
A very strong man. Marks on her neck were, well,
Yes, sir.
more like King Kong.
King Kong with a car, though.
Not necessarily. No, no.
Unless it were local, though I don't see that there's...
Could have been one of them tramps. There's more of them on the road than ever before. And it is the London road. Bear that in mind.
There's all this stuff to go on to Gloucester, then, sir.
In time, Constable. All in good time. I want to have a very good look at that myself first.
To South Africa, and more overnight clashes between rival groups in black townships. In a moment, the broader implications, but first to our correspondent in Johannesburg.
And joining me now from the United Nations in New York, Australia's Foreign Minister, Senator Evans. Minister, good morning. Let's talk about Canberra.
Daybreak, bringing Australia the world at breakfast, with Warwick Adderley and Prue Goward on Radio National.
If you want to be a star in Hollywood, you're going to have to work at it. Probably starting with the way you look.
Say no more. Clive's in Los Angeles and he's determined to get back in the race. It's all about face and figure and then tons of help at a price. Although some things may take a while. Clive James. It's also about those who can make or break you.
This is the most important restaurant in Los Angeles.
Whether he's working the room or seeing faces that launch 1,000 quips, the doors have opened. But is he up to it? Postcards from Los Angeles. Your ABC special, 8:30 Wednesday.
Good morning.
It's more inspired nonsense from French and Saunders.
Princess Ferguson was photographed leaving Buckingham Palace late last night with her face on the wrong way up.
They have a whole new bunch of tricks for us, especially when it comes to the arts.
The greatest honor in the day is, of course, to have a pudding named after you.
And when Don and Jennifer take a look at television, nobody's safe. Don't miss Britain's newest comedy sensation. Feel like a little French and Saunders? 9:30 Monday on ABC.
tea, please. No sugar.
Well, that'll be tuppence, miss. Anything else you'd like?
How much are the sausage rolls?
Big ones are threepence, little ones are tuppence.
Are the little ones half as big as the big ones, or a little bit bigger?
What?
Only if they're half as big, they ought to be 3 halfpence.
No, it ain't, Doug. It's tuppence.
I'll have a little one, please. The biggest little one you've got.
All the same size, lady.
No, they're not. That one on the end there. I'll have that one.
It's not a big little one. It's a little big one.
Well, they're not all the same size then, are they?
Lawyer, are you, miss?
I'm just hard up.
Who isn't?
Well, you're not for one. Not if you charge tuppence for a sausage roll that ought to be 3 halfpence.
Here you are, my love. The biggest little one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right, that'll be fourpence altogether. Let's actually letting your tea get cold. Threepence, actually, please.
Oh, no.
What do you want to argue about it?
No. No, thank you very much.
You've got about 12 minutes to eat up and finish your tea. Unaccompanied ladies are not served after 10 p.m.
Oh, but you think I'm a...
Hello, I'm just pulling your leg. You can see you're one of those sort of women.
I didn't know it was that sort of place.
Well, it isn't. It's that sort of street. So I shouldn't hang about outside if I was you. Not this time of night.
Oh, thank you very much.
I couldn't help overhearing your remarks about the sausage rolls, miss.
I wasn't aware that I was speaking to you.
No. Oh, pardon me. I think I've made a mistake.
Yes, I think you have.
Only I'm not short of a penny or two, you see.
What sort of a girl do you think I am?
No offence, I hope. None intended.
I'm taken.
Good night, sir. See what I mean, miss? Look, I should go on home if I was you this time, right?
Finish my huge sausage roll.
Don't let me hurry you, mind.
You don't need a woman to help serve or wash up or anything like that, do you?
What?
I'm a good worker and I've got no ties.
Sorry, I don't. Hey, what's the trouble then?
I'm an unemployed coal miner who can't sing.
I thought you were a comedian.
Too many of those about.
Yeah. You can deliver these for me if you like.
You too?
Wherever you're going, my love.
Oh, that's very...
You keep your pecker up, eh?
Yes.
Good night, miss.
Good night. Thank you very much.
Would you like a nice tie, dear? My place is just around the corner.
How much?
£1 for a short time. £2 for a little bit more. A really good time. You won't be sorry.
Just round the corner, is it?
That's right, lovey.
No, I'll walk behind you. I'm known around here.
Suit yourself. It's all the same to me.
I don't think I've...
Don't be shy. I know you'll have a good time. You can stay all night for £3, love.
No, good night. Sorry.
Please your bloody self.
She had bad teeth.
Look, if you don't leave me alone, I shall call a policeman.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, thank God. Who is it?
Miss Everson, it's me, Mrs. Calder.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, please, no.
I'd like a little word with you, please.
Oh, can't it wait until morning, Mrs. Porter? I was just about to go to bed.
I'm afraid it can't. I tried to catch you when you went out, but you seemed deliberately not to hear me as I called.
Oh, why ever would I do that?
I think you need to be reminded that your bill is now overdue.
Overdue?
You're
Oh,
now halfway through your 5th week here, Miss Everson.
how time flies.
You paid the first 4 weeks in advance. I explained to you at the time that at this hotel we always expect settlement at least 1 day in advance. You're now 4 days in arrears.
Oh, please don't worry about it, Mrs. Corder.
Oh, but I'm not worried about it. I simply want you to settle your bill, Miss Everson.
But now, this minute?
You would? Yes, please.
Well, you're not very trusting, are you, Mrs. Corder?
Trust has nothing to do with it.
Well, surely you can trust me for another 2 days. I mean, until Friday.
Friday?
Payday.
Are you saying that you have got yourself a job?
Well, where do you think I've been all day walking the streets?
And that you will be paid on Friday?
I think that is the usual procedure, Mrs. Corder.
And my usual procedure is not to give credit.
What? Not even where it's due?
I shall expect settlement from you by 6 o'clock on Friday. Is that understood?
It is understood.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
It's not very grand, Arthur. There's not much space, actually.
Oh, I don't know. Gramophone records don't take up much space, do they? And empty places always look smaller than full ones. You ever notice?
No.
Well, they do. It's what you call an optical delusion.
Illusion, Arthur.
You think you know everything, don't you?
No. But I'm wondering whether the whole thing isn't an illusion. Or a delusion, if you like.
What do you mean?
Well, the shop, the whole idea.
Oh, now listen.
Please, Arthur. Look, we haven't signed anything yet. It's not too late to think again.
You'll be a little gold mine, Joni. You mark my words.
I've got a funny feeling, that's all.
Look, we've been over and over and over it. People are buying gramophone records nowadays, more and more of them. And that's fact, that is. Plain, straightforward fact, my girl.
Well, why did this shop have to close down, then?
Well, because.
No. But why?
Because the loony that was running it was selling sheet music, wasn't he, like I said? Why don't you ever listen?
We shall lose all the money.
Oh, God, here we go.
We shall, Arthur, every penny of it.
Money, money, bloody money. Is that all everybody ever thinks about?
It's a good job for you. I do think about it.
Yeah, but listen, you can't back out on me now. You promised the money's to be mine.
The money is to be ours. My father didn't scrimp and save all it. Right's right.
Why are you such a mean cow?
Arthur!
Kiss, kiss.
Why can't you be serious?
Come on, get down behind the counter, eh?
Is that all you... Arthur, leave me, please.
Oh, come on, girl. Let's christen our little shop, eh?
If you can't play Tom, shut the bleeding lid. You're bruising me bleeding ear holes.
Nobody can play this thing.
You can't, that's for sure.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
How much is the glass of lemonade?
So long since I sold one, I don't know. To you, tuppence.
Then yes, I'll have a glass of lemonade, please.
You sure you come to the right place, Duck?
Have a drop of port in it, dear. That's a very nice drink for a lady. All lemonade.
Leave her alone, Tom.
I'm only offering to pay for it tonight.
She's not that sort.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What? You'll have one?
Yes, please.
I see. One word, lady. The Rossers look in about 9 o'clock.
The cops, love. Oh, but don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about a thing. We're just having a little drink together, eh?
That's 1 and 5.
Service with a smile, eh, Governor?
No, I don't know whether... I don't think I ought.
Look, I've been and gone and got it now.
You don't have to have it, Duck.
Mind your own, Gov.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Out of your league, Tommy boy.
Shut your face, you old bag.
Here, any more of that and you're out, mate.
It's a bit of all right, though, isn't she?
No.
What you reckon she was up to, then?
Short of a few bob, I expect.
Them's the best sort. Amateurs. And if you hadn't stuck your nose in...
Get away. She wouldn't let the likes of you touch her.
Oh, I don't know. I'm quite a natty chap, you know.
You can't play the bleeding piano.
Those ivories don't want a tickling old pal. They won't replace him.
You'd make the same sort of racket on a Stradivarius.
That's a violin.
What?
Stradivarius is a violin, you silly sod.
I don't care what it is, you can...
Changed your mind, have you?
This one's on the house, love. Just drink it down and go home. There's a good girl.
tastes like poison.
Well, then don't drink them all. There's them as it don't suit. You never know what you like till you try it.
That's true.
Don't you be so sure.
Better think twice, don't say we're parting bad friends. Better think twice, you'll spend some lonesome weekends. Before you make your mind up, stop and count right up to 10. Maybe if we wind up, you'll be bragging that you knew me when. Better think twice before you walk off my lot. Take my advice, at least you know what you've got. So don't tear up my snapshots, you'll be sorry if you do. Better think twice, don't say we're through.
Second drop doesn't taste so bad.
Give her another one, Governor. Steady on now.
Well, I might as well, mightn't I?
Atta girl. Give her another. And we'll rest our plates. Sit down, Governor. We'll sit down.
1 and 5 pence twice, it's 2 and 10.
Go, your prices.
If you don't like them, you know what you can do.
Money's no problem, old fruit. I might even buy you one if you talk nice.
I'd rather drink my own slop.
Yeah, it sounds as though you already do, mate.
Haven't you got a drink?
What? Oh, yeah. On the piano, darling.
Leave off, will ya?
Testy bugger, isn't he?
Is he?
You want to relax a bit, you do.
Do I?
I mean, I'm not going to eat you, am I?
What do you want to do to me?
You must be joking.
Could you lend me a couple of pounds?
Lend you? You are joking.
I'd give it you back.
You think about it. There's no hurry. All a bit short, are we?
Sort of, yes.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, love. Not nowadays. Haven't you got a job?
I can't find one.
Who can? Whole bloody country's going to the dogs.
What do you do for a living?
Me? I'm in the music business, aren't I?
Are you? Doing what?
No, darling, I'm a plumber. And a very good one and all. Doing very well in my line of work. I don't have to whistle for the odd bob or two, believe you me.
So you could lend me some money?
Neither a borrower nor a lender be.
I need it very badly.
What's your name?
Lulu.
Oh, that's a very nice name.
I don't like it much. It makes me sound cheap.
Nobody'd ever say that, Lulu. Now, you look at that fat tart over there. That's what I call cheap.
Who are you looking at?
Here, you all right?
I feel sick.
How much you had to eat today?
Nothing.
For Christ's sake.
I can't afford it. I'm stony.
A girl who looks like you didn't ought to go hungry or anything like.
That's what I thought. I caught the train to London.
Where you from?
Bristol. What's the matter?
Lulu from Bristol City?
What about it?
Struck me as funny, that's all. Don't you know what your Bristols are?
What?
Your titties. Bristol City titties, see? Very nice they are too, Lulu.
Please.
Oh, I see. Prim and proper, are we?
Well, you don't have to talk so loud.
No, that's true, I don't. You're very nice looking, Lulu.
Thank you.
But what you come in here for? I mean, did you reckon that some bloke was going to give you a couple of knicker just like that? For nothing? I mean, that's near enough a week's wages for some girls.
Yes.
I mean, you've got to give something in return, haven't you?
Yes.
I mean.
Yes.
Oh, I know how you feel, you know.
Do you?
Well, I can imagine it. But I'm a decent sort of chap when it comes down to what counts.
Are you married?
Married? What, me?
Yeah. I thought you were.
Oh, I see. Been around a bit, have you?
Kind of doesn't.
What sort of fuss about, then?
No fuss, darling. Here, give me another drink.
You're not a tease, are you?
A tease?
I mean, I'm not spending 1 penny piece on you if...
If what?
And you'll also get my fist in your chop.
I'd like another drink, please.
Sir, same again?
Yes. But not with so much lemonade.
Quite right, you're sweet enough already. Hey.
Oh, Arthur. Why don't you piss off, Snow White? What?
What does she want?
I don't know.
Told you to get out, did she?
Something like that.
Hang on. She won't bother you no more.
What did you say to her?
Bless them nice little ears didn't hear.
Why did she talk to me like that?
Blimey, you are green, aren't you? Because you was in her stamping ground, that's why, fat old sow. Oh, pardon my French. Cheers.
Cheers.
On a lonely road or sidewalk, it doesn't matter where. I've always felt that I'd walk into my love affair. And on that perfect day, I stand. The breeze runs out to you when you're passing by. It wants to be near, and so do I. The willow bows to you, forgetting to cry. It waits for your smile, and so do I. All the world at your command, what wouldn't it do? For one look at you, and I'm that way too. The rose that you It loves you so very much, and so do I. The rose that you caress is willing to die. It loves you so very much, and so do I.
Did you say something?
Have you got somewhere? You know.
No, not really.
I might be able to help you there.
What?
If you play your cards right.
What do you mean?
I've helped a girl or two now and again.
You're not a plumber.
Oh, girls down in their luck, I mean, you know, helping her.
I'm not a tart.
I didn't say you were. Of course you're not, darling.
Oh, dear God, don't
Here,
say...
here, you got hold of the wrong end of the stick.
I'm willing to, you know...
Kiss and cuddle.
Yes, but only once. For £2. Never again, really.
It's all right, that's what I thought. Look at me. Now, come on, look at me. Give me the once-over with them dazzling eyes. No, I'm not a bad-looking bloke, am I?
No.
So, just pretend we're friends like.
Yes, friends. Good companions.
Only instead of giving it away, well,
I get £2. The 40-shilling tailor.
And you might even well enjoy it.
Yes, I might.
That's my little darling.
Well, we can't expect a profit straight away.
How much down are we then?
Oh, not very much.
How much?
Well, it's very little, really.
Tell me how much.
Well, I haven't double-checked on that, you know.
Arthur, you've been up and down those figures for the past 2 hours.
I'm not very good at arithmetic, am I?
Or at business either.
You know nothing about it.
You're losing money hand over fist, I know that.
Well, you've got to pay out to get it back again, haven't you?
But if you buy records and sell gramophone needles...
It's 1 week's takings.
Can't you see what's going to happen?
Yes, I can.
What?
You're going to have to take it and wash it.
I don't think that's very funny.
No, you wouldn't, would you?
Well, can't you take anything seriously just for once in your life?
I do take things seriously, I do.
I think you went into this shop with your eyes shut.
That's nothing. I got married the same way, didn't I?
You didn't, I did.
All right, let's call it off then.
What, the shop?
No, me and you.
Is that what you want?
Oh, shut up.
Is it, Arthur?
All I want is for you to give me a chance. Now, a bloke is entitled to 1 chance in his life, ain't he? Well?
Yes, Arthur, but...
Go on. Although the shop ain't very big, it's in a good position, love. If the records don't sell, well...
Yeah?
Well, it'll make a bloody good fish and chip shop. Frame tonight.
what shall I do? My heart is tossed on a sea of emotion. One love offers romance, the other devotion. A new love is calling, the old love is fleeting. I'm caught in a riptide, what shall I do?
Very nice. Absolutely top hole.
I got taste, I have. Want another drink?
Another drink? Yes, why not?
A cocktail.
A cocktail.
Try an Americano.
For Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Campari and sweet vermouth and soda. Nice and pink and bitter.
That's me.
What?
Nice and pink and bitter.
Ah, now, Angel, don't say that.
Let's pretend we're in the films. On the scroll of a sea. The silver screen.
Why not? Anything you say, Lulu.
Lulu.
It's a nice name, Toots.
Where does all the money come from?
For this?
This flat must be more than £10 a week.
For my wits. I live on my wits. I'm a clever chap, I am.
And girls?
What? Oh, yeah, a couple, 2 or 3. I look after them. No, really I do, Lulu. That's the truth.
So you're not a plumber?
Cheers.
Cheers. Bottoms up. All right.
Soon will be, eh?
I'm worth more.
More than what?
If I'm going to do it, I'm worth more than £2 notes.
Get your dress off.
Can I finish my drink first?
Certainly.
I'm not crying.
There's nothing to cry about, is there?
No. Well, I'm not.
When I'm calling you, will you answer too?
That means I offer my love to you to be your own. If you refuse me, I will be blue and waiting all alone.
But if when you hear my love call ringing clear,
And I hear your answering echo so dear, then I will know our love will come true.
you'll belong to me.
I'll belong to you.
No, there wasn't anybody actually in the shop when I came by. There never is. I thought about popping in myself.
No, don't do that.
No?
Well, he's very proud, really. He's trying to make a success of things.
I mean, I thought I might buy something.
No, I shouldn't.
I'm not after him, you know.
What on earth do you mean?
Oh, you know, Arthur's not my... You needn't think I'm like Betty. I won't flutter my eyelashes at him, for heaven's sake.
There's nothing between Arthur and Betty, nothing at all.
No?
No.
That's all right, then.
Arthur told me there wasn't. He insisted there wasn't.
You mean you asked him?
Oh, yes. We're very direct with each other, very honest, really.
And, she doesn't appeal to him?
Not in the slightest.
I wouldn't trust her, though.
I don't. Not anymore. People. Why are people so like animals? Farmyard animals.
I don't know.
Yes, they are.
Well, I suppose some people never stop looking.
For what, though?
Heaven on earth, I suppose.
Is that what they call it?
I could eat another one of those, couldn't you? They're very Moorish.
Gotta watch my figure, then.
Me too. Wouldn't it be nice just to let go for once?
And what would happen?
Get fat.
Fat and happy?
No, just fat.
Come along now, we can't have that here. Officer. What is it, laddie? Nothing, sir, nothing. Move along, then, move along. I want a cup of tea, sir. So do I, mate. Well, if I tell you something, will you give me a cup of tea? Tell me what? And, a bun. What's on your mind, Charlie? No, nothing, sir, nothing. Yeah. What have you been up to? No, I haven't. Bloody little twat. Oh, sorry, sir, sorry. Sorry, sir. And don't let me catch you round here again.
Is she all right? She will be. Only about 14 weeks gone. Let her rest today. She'll be sore and she'll probably be sick.
Thanks. There's no need to count.
I wouldn't dream of it, old chap.
Want a drink?
At this time of day, no thanks.
Goodbye, then.
Good day to you.
Oh, where's the...
The fetus. Don't worry about it. It's gone.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks.
Right.
Toodaloo.
$923, $924, $925, $926, $900. Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir?
Needles.
Pardon?
Box of gramophone needles.
Oh, loud, soft, or standard?
It's for military band records.
Oh, well, you want loud, then. If it was me, it'd be soft.
Don't get you.
I don't like military bands.
We shall need them one day.
What for?
Next war, mate. That's what for.
Oh, you're a cheerful cove,
It's got to come, innit? I mean.
Yeah, loud needles.
Who against?
That'd be tuppence.
The Yanks, that's who against.
That'll be the day.
That's do, don't it? They're taking over. We won't stand for that. Not England.
Do you want anything else?
Nah.
I've got some good new records in, you know.
Like what?
Well, Bing Crosby. There, see what I mean? Well, right, Al Bowley, then. Blue stone, that's right a little hole in it, isn't it?
Got any marchers? Pom-pom?
Well, of course, I can order anything you want.
Nah.
Are you sure?
Needles is dear enough.
Shut up. Bloody idiot. Needs a little hole in his bleeding head. Oh, come on, where are they all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, come on, before I get to 100 this time. 7, 8, 9. Jubilee Records, hello. Oh, hello, Joe. Depressed? No, not me. I've had a very good day, in fact. No, honest, no, I've got rid of a lot of that stock. No, that's the truth. But was there anything? What? Anything, then? Look, I've got to go. I've got about 3 or 4 waiting to be served. Yes. Yes, usual time. Goodbye, Pigeon. Yeah, cheerio. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9. Out! Bloody out! Done! Finished. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. You're new here, aren't you?
Well, we've been here a fortnight, sir.
Only I'm just around the corner. I haven't noticed it before.
Oh, well, it takes time, true enough. Every new business takes time to be noticed, as you say.
Want some gramophone records?
Oh, well, that's what we're here for, sir. Anything in particular?
Dance bands?
Oh, yes, dance bands, that's the stuff. Lou Stone, Emery Hall, Carol Gibbons, Jack Payne.
All new stuff?
Oh, straight off the presses, no dogs neither.
Dogs?
Oh, flops, dudders.
Oh, yeah.
It's a term we people in the music business use, you see.
I heard something on the wireless the other night. Pop Your Heart.
Pop Goes Your Heart?
That's a fella.
Well, Lou Stone, that is, vocal by Alan Kane. Nat Canella and Alfie Noakes on trumpets, Joe Crossman, clarinet, Lou Davis, trombone.
I don't want to buy the bloody band, do I?
I'm sorry, sir. I get carried away sometimes, you see.
Well, I'll have that one anyway, and, what's it? Roll Along Prairie Moon?
Do you want Roll Along Prairie Moon?
Christ, I can if I want to, can't I?
No, I'm delighted. It shows you've got real taste, if you don't mind my saying so, sir.
No, I don't mind.
Which version do you prefer? Jack Jackson, Al Bowley, Harry Roy?
What do you think?
Well, now, Al Bowley's definitely the most tender, and you might say the most smooth.
Which one do the ladies like?
Ah, well, it's Al Bowley for the ladies every time, bless them. Makes them go weak at the knees.
I thought doing it standing up did that.
No, they do it standing up so as not to get one in the oven.
You got taste and all, haven't you?
Well, you know what they say, sir? Give me a bit of the best of what's going, and then you can take me out and shoot me.
All right, make it our loser.
Oh, what about what a little moonlight can do? That goes round and round very well, too.
Okay, you pick out half a dozen of the best ones, dance bands. You seem to know what you're talking about.
It's a pleasure, sir. It's a very great pleasure.
I'm not short of a bob or two.
Then I won't stint, right?
Right. But no rubbish, mind. I won't have any rubbish.
I don't stock it, neither.
No offence, old chap.
Oh, no offence taken. I admire your standards.
You've got to know what you want nowadays, otherwise you're a down and out. Things aren't like they used to be.
Oh, yeah. I've seen grown men playing with yo-yos.
I won't let a grown man play with my yo-yo.
I hope I haven't overdone it.
Nah, that's all right.
But it is £1, 1 and 9p.
All right, can't be helped. Bit heavy, though.
Well, look, I'm shutting up in about half an hour. If you live just round the corner...
Bring them round, you mean? Yeah, that's good. Tough.
And then you won't mind doing business again?
Fair enough.
But,
16 Vernon Court. 3rd floor, that is. Down Redhill Street. 2 corners down.
Oh, yes, right you are. In about 35 minutes then. Do you want to pay for them now? Or?
When you bring.
Okay.
In case you drop one. Fly, are you?
Yeah. Joan? Arthur? Yeah, I should be a bit late tonight. I've got a delivery. No, wait a minute, dear. I've got to deliver a huge pile of records to this bloke round the corner. Yes. How many? 24 if you must know, yeah. You see, I said... What? Well, you see, I said it'd take a little time, and I was right, wasn't I? Yeah. Well, I don't know how late, do I? It might take a bit of time. He might invite me in, you know. Business is business. Yeah. Well, what is it? Well, keep it in the oven. Yes. I love you. Goodbye, pigeon.
Cheers.
Cheers, and the very best of health, sir.
Howdy. How much do I owe you?
£1.1 sir.
And if we say threepence for delivery, eh?
Well, there's no need for that, sir. Blimey.
I don't expect you to trot about for nothing. That's nice and bouncy.
Oh, yeah. It's good tune, that. Real polish.
I was reading something in the Daily Express the other day. The labourer is worthy of his hire, it said. Thought that a very good thing to write.
Yeah, makes sense, I suppose. This is a wonderful arrangement, you know. Lou Stone does all his own arranging. A lot of band leaders can't even read music.
So, I'll make it £1.2.
Well, it's very generous, sir. It's very gentlemanly.
£1. 2 shillings.
Thank you.
I'll finish your drink first, old chap.
Oh, thanks. Going down very welcome, too.
Nice song.
Oh, yeah. It's a good machine, too.
You know that sort of music, it takes you right out of yourself.
Every time, that's why I'm in the music business.
Not stuffed and very true to life.
Oh, yeah? I think you'll like the other records that I've picked out for you as well. And thank you very much. I hope I can serve you again.
I don't see why not, old chap.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. Goodbye.
Toodaloo.
Tom.
Hey, what are you doing, Lou? I told you to stay in bed.
You're playing some music.
Yeah, did you like it? Had some new records delivered. Nice bloke.
It was a bit loud. I thought it was in my head.
Are you all right, love?
I don't know whether I was awake or asleep or...
But you're all right?
Top hole.
Yeah, well, you will be by tomorrow.
Yeah. I will be tomorrow.
Go back to bed.
Tom.
What is it, sugar?
Nothing.
That's all right then, innit? Christ's sake, buck yourself up. You didn't want a baby, did you? What good's it to a girl like you?
No good. A girl like me.
You want to show a bit more gratitude.
Sorry.
25 quid. That's what it cost me.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll bring you some fish and chips later.
Oh.
Miserable cow.
There's no reason why...
Empty your mouth first, Arthur.
No, for goodness sake!
Well, I don't want to see what you're eating.
I'm saying there's no reason why in time that we shouldn't branch out.
Branch out.
But we never make a fortune out of one little shop. It's no bigger than a shoebox.
You got to learn to walk before you can run.
Oh, that's right. Pooh-poo everything.
Arthur, can't you ever stop and think?
Look, I know I'm going to do all right with the shop.
But not so far.
Yeah, well, that's because it just opened. But today is the pointer.
All from 1 or 2 sales?
Do you know something? You've got no vision.
I can see my hand in front of my face. I can tell what's real from what's make-believe.
And I can see... Yes, I can see a whole string of record shops.
Arthur.
Yes, and some of them selling gramophones and wireless sets and...
Why not pianos?
Yeah, and even old Joanna's.
Or a mouth organ?
All my life.
I'm only joking, Arthur.
All my life, I wanted someone with me who can see what I can see.
Don't be so...
Someone who doesn't scoff and jeer and turn their nose up. Someone who likes what I talk about and who wants me in bed.
Oh, we're back to that, are we?
Well, it all goes together, doesn't it? It makes something of what you call a wife.
Or mistress.
Or mistress.
Which is what you'd like.
Which is what... No, I didn't say that.
You don't have to say it, Arthur. It's written all over you.
Listen, why don't you just leave me to eat my tea in peace, eh?
But it is, Arthur. You always seem to be yearning for something. Oh, I don't know how to put it, but I know what I mean.
And I mean, I've been working hard all day, on my feet.
I just wish you were a bit more contented, that's all.
I mean...
How's chances? Say, how are the chances of making you love me the way I love you? How many young girls must I fight with to be in right with you? How's chances for one of those glances, a glimpse of heaven I'm longing to see? How's chances to end all your romances and start taking your chances with me?
Is the food all right, dear?
Very right.
If the shop does well, really well, then of course you can branch out in time.
Actually, this is very nice. I always like the way you do shepherd's pie, Jan. It's really good.
Hello, hello. Look what the rain's brought in. Good lovely duck. It's bouncing down out there, isn't it?
Raining pouring.
That's because we ain't had none. Port and lemon, Gov, and a drop of the hard stuff for yours truly.
That'll wet you in as well as out, eh?
Bleeding rain.
Excuse me. Is there ladies anywhere?
Out the back, love. Through that curtain, first door on your left.
Thank you.
Won't be long.
No.
And don't forget to pull them back up.
Bit crude, ain't you?
Ah, it's only my way, you know me.
You don't like it, though.
What, her? She's a bloody sex maniac, mate, like a snake the way she wriggles about.
Yeah?
Going on the game like, you know.
Get away.
Oh, it's what she wants, nothing to do with me.
She won't stick it. Nah. It's a crying shame, that's what it is, a girl like that.
There you are, someone to keep it, someone to give it, someone to charge for it. It's only a business, I suppose.
And a rotten one.
Where's your dog collar, mate?
I don't blame the girls.
Whose fault is it, then?
The Ponces.
Well, I suppose so, whoever they are.
Layabouts, riff-raff, scum, that sort of bloke.
Oh, ever met any then?
You tell me.
Yeah, you've been reading the news of the world for too long.
Reynolds News, that's my paper.
Pint of half and half, please.
You're raining then?
Yeah, cats and dogs.
Ah, that's because we had that done.
Well, it's bad for business, huh?
Yeah, well, so is everything nowadays.
Well, I've had 4 customers in all afternoon.
What, a shop or a...
Yeah, a record shop round the corner. New place.
I know. Used to sell sheet music and...
Oh, not me. No, that was a bloke who ran it before.
He went bust, didn't he?
Oh, shut up, for Christ's sake.
Took your time, didn't you?
Sorry.
Come on now, love. Don't look so worried.
I've made a mistake. Tom, I think I've made a mistake.
Don't be silly. You can always pack it in if it don't suit.
Well, then why start?
Nice food, good clothes, what you want, when you want. You name it.
And end up like what?
End up how you like. No one's forcing you.
It feels like it.
Look, you want to pay me back, don't you? I'm going to leave you now, then it's up to you, innit? If nothing happens, nothing happens. But if, you've got the key to that nice little room. If you use it, then you stay there. If you don't, bring the key back to me, pay me what you want. I mean, we'll say ta-da with no bad feelings, right?
But I don't see
Don't be
why...
daft, eh? Like I said, it's up to you. Your own ways, your own place and money in your purse. And it's something you're good at.
Am I?
Blimey, you're a wonder, sweetheart, no kidding.
Well, I'm not very experienced.
And how'd you get experience, Lulu? See you then, eh? Either at my place or...
Yeah.
Remember the rules?
Yeah.
Good hunting?
Yeah.
Ta-ra then.
What's it?
Fancy our meeting for just one fond greeting when days are so fleeting and few. Paradise seeming with no thought of scheming, a dream worth a dreaming come true. For I have waited to tell you I need you so. Just hesitated, then let it go. Yet you know, fancy our meeting when days are so fleeting. For just one fond greeting we two.
Arthur.
Good God, what are you doing here?
Arthur. Oh, Arthur, you're such a swine,
Darling,
Arthur.
listen, I haven't been able to stop thinking about you, honest.
Oh, take me out of here.
What?
Take me somewhere, for God's sake. Oh, you swine.
Oh, don't say that. Don't belittle me.
You dirty rotter, Arthur, you cat.
I know. What are you dressed up like this for?
3 guesses.
No. Not really. Eileen.
Except I call myself Lulu now.
How could you?
I don't know. I still don't know.
But you're a school teacher, I mean.
I used to tell him fairy tales, Arthur. The Frog and the Princess, the mirror on the wall.
Come on with me.
You mean you want to buy?
Shut up. I'll wash your mouth out with soap, you dirty little cow. Come on. I don't know where else to go, do I? Stick in this key.
I gotta hide, Arthur. I gotta find somewhere to hide.
No, don't talk.
Gramophone records.
Yeah. Every dance tune you can name. Every good dance tune.
You gave me the wrong address.
What?
There's no such place as you wrote on the back of that envelope.
Well, put yourself in my shoes, Eileen, you know.
Oh, I have, Arthur. I know I can't rely on you. Not for anything.
Oh, that's right. Blame me for everything, yeah.
Oh, Arthur.
I know. I can hear myself say things sometimes. Oh, God. I'm a washout, a right bleeding washout, Eileen. Everything I ever want or hope for, it all boils down to this pokey hole. Having me words corrected and buggering you up. Hey, what about the baby? What happened?
It's been got rid of.
I didn't thought about it. Not at all. Not a bit. But now... Oh, God, why isn't it all like I wanted it to be? Well, why did you have to...
My pimp arranged it.
What?
He said I couldn't go out at nights about a yowling brat to keep me down.
Pardon me, but I think I'm going to slap you one right in the chops.
So long as you don't smudge my lipstick.
You poor little cow.
Oh, get me out of it, Arthur.
Yes, I will. If I can. God knows I ought to. Come on. Come on, sit down. On me one and only chair and tell me all about it. Come on. Everything. Yeah.
Where would you sit, though?
I'll sit down there. So.
I couldn't get a job.
No, well.
I left too much of my money with Dad because... Oh, never mind why. I paid for a room at, well, not a very posh hotel or anything silly like that. When my money trickled away, I couldn't pay my bill. I didn't even have enough money for a decent meal. I couldn't go home. I couldn't... Well, perhaps wouldn't find you. I was pregnant. I couldn't get a job. So twice I washed up at a restaurant.
This is supposed to be the greatest country in the world.
Oh, but it is, Arthur, it is.
I'd rather be a Yank.
Pardon?
They've got the best songs.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, I know this sounds daft, Eileen, but I want to live in a world where the songs is...
Where the songs come true.
Yes.
Poor Arthur.
I'd like to smash up every record in this shop. Tear up every song that's ever been written.
They still wouldn't come true.
They're truer than this, I bloody hope.
So I heard this girl in the street talking to a man, offering herself for money. And I went back to my room and I thought about it. There seemed something inevitable about it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you've got guts, I'll say that.
I went to that pub. There was this man. He bought me a drink.
Well, he would do, wouldn't he, the rotten bugger?
I did it with him for £2.
Well, you got to eat, I suppose.
One thing fetched another.
Well, it would do, wouldn't it?
This man, he paid to get rid of... He bought clothes. Now he says I owe him £50, and if I don't give it to him...
Well, he's got you then, hasn't he?
Well, it looks like it. Oh, he's given me the key to a room in Manton Street. He says I can use it for, you know, only I got to pay him £25 a week for it.
God almighty.
Or I can give it him back, but I got to do it tonight. By tonight.
Yeah, but does he threaten to do anything to you if you...
Oh, what do you think?
Yeah. If you paid him the £50?
Oh, and if elephants had wings. What shall I do?
Well, can't you go home? He'd never find you in the back of beyond,
No,
would
I
he?
can't. I don't know why, but I can't.
Yeah, but why ever know?
Well, because I was already dead there. This way feels like dying, but I'm still alive, in a way. I can feel everything, see everything. Do you understand?
Did you enjoy doing it for money?
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
God, you are a coward, chap.
I'd rather pick and choose. I don't want to be a... I want to own myself, my own body. I know I'm wicked, but I'm still proud.
I think you're beautiful.
Do you?
Should we? Eh?
Yeah. You got £2?
Eileen!
Well, I can't afford not to, can I? And the name's Lulu, please.
That's disgusting. Haven't you got any shame? God, strike a light.
I don't think I am.
What?
Got any sense of shame?
Blimey, Eileen.
Lulu.
Here, listen, we're the same sort, me and you. We ought to stick together.
But I can't rely on you, Arthur.
Look, listen to me.
I am very carefully.
Look, I'm choking to death. I'm up to here with it all. I should have stuck to you no matter what, but I wanted my own record shop. Oh, I know. It's enough to make a cat laugh.
You'll never be satisfied, Arthur. Not with somebody like you.
Don't say that.
You're like the kids in my class.
You're sweet on me, though, aren't you? You still want me, eh? Eileen? Tell the truth.
Yes, I do. And I'll go anywhere with you. Do anything with you. I've burned all my bridges, Arthur. I'm not going home, and I'm not going to walk the streets either. And I'm damned if I'm going to go hungry. Lulu I am. And Lulu I stay.
Okay, my little dude, if you like me, I like you, we know nobody new will do. It's okay, dude. Okay, dude. If you say yes, then I'll say yes. If you say no, then it's no go. It's okay, dude. You know I'm in favor of whatever you do. I tasted the flavor of one kiss and I knew it was okay, my little dude. If you wash dishes, I dry dishes. I dry dishes, I'm ambitious. Okay, dude.
What shall we do?
Well, the trouble is I'm hard up.
Well, I can always pick up a bob or two. Now I know how.
Yeah, but I can't go back home and pick up my car, can I?
Oh, no. Well, we'll get another one. One day.
Yeah. Yeah, of course we will. Yeah.
So what shall we do? Where shall we hide?
Well, look, I've got £11, 7 and 5 pence.
Well, I've got £3.
Well, we can live for a fortnight on that.
Well, it's a start anyway.
Well, just go. And leave everything. Just like that.
Just like that.
You're right.
Are you sure? Have you got the guts?
I've got no guts at all.
Don't worry. I've got enough for both of us.
That's what I'm banking on, love.
Let's get out of here, shall we?
Yes. Hey, hang on. Just a minute.
What are you doing?
On a little bamboo bridge. Marie, without that certain thing, dancing with my shadow, September in the rain. You couldn't be cuter. Isn't it heavenly? Hand in hand. Yes, yes, my baby says Indian love call.
My sweetie went away! Moon over Miami!
Hey, listen, what a little moonlight can do. Down the sunny side, Larry!
Roll along, prairie moon!
Oh, no! No, honey, no! No, honey, please, no, that one! Honey, please! No, please, not roll along, prairie moon, please!
Shine above, lamp of love, prairie moon. Way up there in the blue, maybe you're lonely too. Swinging by in the sky, prairie moon. I need your tender light to make things right. You know I'm so alone tonight. Far away, shed your beam on the girl of my dreams. Tell her true, I've been through prairie moon.
Pennies from Heaven continues next Sunday night at 9:30. If you'd like to hear more of the wonderful music from this series, join Andy Ross for Originals on CD, Tuesday to Thursday mornings at 11 o'clock on Radio National. Also, the soundtrack is available on CD and cassette from all ABC shops.
next on GP.
It's come back again, hasn't it?
There is a pelvic mass, but it would be wrong to jump to conclusions at this stage.
Robert discovers a patient with a higher faith.
You're rejecting treatment before you even know what it is.
I put my faith in the medical profession last time, Robert, and you didn't cure me.
Can Robert convince Ruth she needs more than faith? GP, 8:30 Tuesday on ABC. From the great medieval Durham Cathedral, we present Arvo Pärdt's St. John's Passion, featuring the renowned Hilliard Ensemble and the Western Wind Choir. This unique performance recalls the purity and timelessness of the great musical passions of the 17th century. Celebrate Easter with this moving telecast on Good Friday night. Don't miss a memorable performance. St. John's Passion by Arvo Pärt, an Easter special, 8:30 Friday on ABC.
For 40 years, an Australian Christian cult exerted a hold over a group of upper-class Protestants. How they did this and why people joined the cult is the subject of David Milligan's absorbing book, Imperfect Company, now released through ABC Books. Available now from ABC shops, ABC centres and other bookshops.
Most Aussies are very insecure, very uncertain, and they really are candidates to look at deeper things if only we'd speak in their language, go where they are, and not expect them to come into the uncomfortable situation that we've created that looks so irrelevant.
The church as a whole has forgotten what it is to be a teenager.
I think the hospital model is a very good model for a church. The problem is most churches see themselves as a convalescent hospital or a nursing home or even outpatients.
There's a new breed coming through. There's a new generation.
Churches are not user-friendly for most unchurched people. The language, a lot of the traditions, a lot of the environment is not warm and accepting and open.
I think if we are open to the needs of people, then the future will unfold itself and opportunities to care will develop. So I guess it's the church tapping into the life of people, the situation of people, the needs of people. And we've been given the opportunity, I guess, to walk with people in their brokenness, in their sadness, in their loneliness.
There was once a river. It flowed gracefully across the landscape, giving life and sustenance to the tribe who camped along its banks. For many generations, this river was a central focus of life. Then, gradually, the river ceased to flow and became a string of stagnant pools. The people watched aghast. Many sat by the riverbed waiting for the river to flow once more. Yet others thought to look around and discovered that the river had not gone. It still flowed. It had simply changed course upstream, creating a billabong on the curve where they had been sitting down. And now it was flowing through quite different country.
Our Nation's on show here every Friday night. The working week is over and everybody's out to let off steam and have a good time doing it. This is Main Street, Australia.
But one thing's for sure, this street is very different from the way it was 20 years ago. 3.5 million people have come to Australia in that time. 1 in 3 of us was not born here or have parents who were not born here. In the 26 years since I was born, Australians have had plenty of reasons for disillusionment. We've seen a world of political betrayals and corruption. We've witnessed a series of death struggles and our environment in decline. In spite of ever-broadening horizons, some Australians are being crushed. Losing your job can mean more than losing your income. It can mean losing your friends, your sense of purpose, and your identity. Families and family structures are changing. Our schools have changed or are currently in transition. As a journalist who's covered many of those changes, I've come to realise that the main problem with today's education systems is that it's impossible to predict what kind of future we're educating our children for. When my parents went to school, for example, everything had its place. There was a place for women and a place for men, a place for marriage and a place for the church. But as the world around them changed, everything became displaced. And one of the things which seemed to have no really crucial role in their lives anymore was the church. Church attendance has declined across the board, and yet the paradox is that 80% of us claim to have a belief in God.
Not God as such, like you go to church and you worship, but yeah, I believe there's some sort of higher entity.
I don't know, sort of, maybe. I haven't had any real proof or anything that he's there, but I don't know, maybe there is a God, I don't know.
I believe there's a super being, like superior to any of us.
Someone up there I think we're all going to meet one day.
Well, I'd like to think there was one there. Sometimes I'm sure he is, sometimes I have my doubts.
I don't know what anybody else feels, I just know what I feel, and I know that I feel the life within and I feel the God and the good within, and that's what I know, and it's wonderful.
I reckon he's a good friend of mine. He looks after me pretty well.
What about the church's future? Stagnant waterholes or fresh rivers in new country? The answer is both. There are examples all over Australia of empty, drafty buildings with nice windows, where old people go once a week. But we're going to go on a journey to some of the places where the river does flow, right now. Our view will be impressionistic. We will meet ordinary Australians who will talk about their faith and the difference it makes to their lives.
I don't think it's hard to get people to talk religion if you stop talking religious about it. I think if we did it like Jesus and we were where the people were, we'd have the crowds listening just like he did, in Oz as much as anywhere else. Of course, to talk about Aussies is very general, and there are whole subcultures of Asian people and others from the third world who in fact have an enormous sense of the need of God. It's only stupid people that are filthy rich, really, like the Western world, that ask how can there be a God if there's suffering. The people that are suffering know that in the midst of suffering you've got to find something bigger than just the meal on the table.
Moonee Ponds is Dame Edna country, one of those dormitory suburbs of middle Australia. But one wonders if the Honourable Dame would recognise it these days, for it's a casebook example of Melbourne's cultural mix.
The man who goes in through the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him. The sheep hear his voice as he calls his own sheep by name, and he leads them out.
Monoculture churches, they end up in extreme states, and they're intrinsically unstable.
Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in three persons, blessed Trinity.
There's maybe 20 different nationalities here in Moonee Ponds Baptist Church, perhaps 200 people in the service. What makes it different is the earphones, which are carrying translations of the service into Chinese, Vietnamese, and Kampuchean.
天父，我们感谢你赐给我们的机会和权利，让我们看到如一天，我们面对面的时候，我们将得到的喜乐、glorify you and thank you和荣耀。Father, we pray that you would be with us this morning.
12 years ago, this church was aging and it was dying, particularly the evening service. We were down to 20 people at night and we didn't know what to do.
Moonee Ponds Baptist Ministry among Asian migrants began in 1978, following a request from a social worker at the nearby migrant hostel for people to befriend refugees and help them with their English.
And we've learned so much from them. You know, it's been a tremendous. We didn't do it for rewards. We did it for them and for the Lord.
These churches are really home for us. They're all, friendly and caring and loving. And so I feel at home in Moonee Ponds Church.
Moonee Ponds Baptist is a bridge-building church and will survive. Others won't. Most churches have to cope with ethnic diversity. How do Polish Catholics, for example, mix with Vietnamese Catholics? Some churches simply don't mix. Single ethnic churches have been with us from the beginning. One of the early prints of Sydney shows the church hill, and on it the English church, the Irish church and the Scots church, all bound to their Anglo-ethnic origins and worshipping in their traditional British ways. Perhaps the stark challenge for today's church is to take risks and to come down from its British hill. The option is to retreat into certain redundancy.
There was a time when the church stood in its own paddocks. Then a village grew up around it. Eventually it became a suburb, but the church still stood tall in the center of the community. Next came industrial expansion. The old residents were replaced by a different racial mix. As all or any of these changes overtook the church, it suddenly found itself dwarfed and no longer fitting into its environment. The people went on for a while singing their traditional hymns and rehearsing their litanies. But the death cycle had set in, and nobody had any idea of how to arrest the slide.
Today is the 20th century, and yet, the church doesn't seem to be relevant.
I should go, but usually I'm out fishing or something.
I've been once, but I wouldn't go again. I hate churches. It really sucks.
I'm usually sick on a Sunday morning after a Saturday night.
Going to a Sunday church sort of thing and singing in the choir and all that sort of thing is just, forget it.
I don't go to church now, but I used to go to church. And I do pray at home. It had nothing for me.
Those are the honest perceptions of many of us, but it's not the whole story. Individual Australian churches are trying to reach out to the people around them, and in the process, they're coming to a better understanding of their community and their own faith. For the Anglican Church in Sydney's King's Cross, it's a coffee shop called PJ's.
Well, PJ's is an outreach of St John's Anglican Church and St Peter's Anglican Church, and we seek to reach out to the community so that Christians can brush together with the street community.
I'm a transsexual. After I left school, I moved to Sydney and I came down to PJ's, and I met all the people that worked in PJ's, and they looked after me, and they look after a lot of the street kids from down here.
That finds us sometimes patching up war wounds when people have fights in the street. Sometimes finds us counselling people who've found out that they're HIV positive. And referring people mainly to agencies, to detoxes, to the Sydney City Mission for accommodation, or whatever the need is, we try to use whatever resources we have to meet that need.
I think PJ's is unique because it's out on the edge of the community. It's dealing with people that the churches never meet under normal circumstances. It's meeting people in crisis, and it's doing it successfully.
I've got no relatives in Sydney. This cafe is my home. Everybody in this cafe is my mother, my father, my best friend.
So in a sense, we're using our bodies to bridge that goal. And I'd see this place, in fact, as a church, as radical as that may sound.
But Sydney has no monopoly on street kids.
In Melbourne, they gather at Flinders Street Station.
You find when you go to Flinders Street, there's a culture and a subculture that's there that we don't try to interfere with. We try to be aware of what's going on. But to really be able to address the needs of individual people, you need to bring them back into a home environment. And so our own home is an emergency house, provides meals or a shower or to wash their clothes, and just a place where they can, a home. When I originally started, I was very, very naive and just wanted to tell people that Jesus loved them. Found out that you couldn't do that without and leave them sleep under a bridge somewhere or on a tram. I think with any form of ministry, you get more than you ever give out. And that sounds very wishy-washy and like walking above the water type stuff, but it's real.
Most churches are trying to develop that reaching out approach to people in need.
St Kilda's Catholic Church has experienced a sort of resurrection through getting involved with its community.
The strength of the mission, I feel, is that we are the local church. It's a church response. The people of this area who form Sacred Heart Parish, I suppose, respond to the needs of people as they present. We've developed quite a range of various responses to people in need. Perhaps the one that people see first of all is the whole meal program, where we have more than 300 people a day. As well as that, we have a housing program where we have about 60 or 70 people in accommodation, a couple of rooming houses, a couple of group homes, and about 20 flats scattered around St Kilda, giving people a chance to have a good living, secure situation. We have a program that is aimed at supporting women who are involved in prostitution or drug abuse or other forms of addiction. And more, I think that the church is trying to bridge those gaps between what the church has and holds as very precious and the needs of people that are there. We've got to make that link.
Many of the churches maintain welfare agencies. Their home missions provide multi-million-dollar services to the community. The Salvation Army and the city missions are essential to community welfare. Both old and young would die on our streets without them.
We've developed little ghettos of rural Protestantism in terms of structure and style, and maintained those in the heart of the city very often, and the city has continued to change around those, and we wondered why there are no bridges between those groups of Christians and churches and the local community.
Bridges are about placing the church and the community in touch with each other, or Christian people in touch with people in need of faith. Not all bridge builders are churches.
We're from all different Christian denominations. In fact, every major Christian denomination have members within Fusion. And our name Fusion really means bringing the church together in an interdenominational kind of way in mission, and also bringing the church to the world, to the nation, bringing those disparate parts or things that have been seen in opposition back together again.
This bringing together they call open crowd, open to each other and open to any possibilities. And here in Sale is one of the places where Fusion puts its open crowd concept into practice.
Well, open crowd is a kind of place where different people can find their own level of acceptance and care. It's an open, accepting space, a bit like the crowds that follow Jesus. All different sorts of people, from all different sorts of walks of life. There's a variety of different things going on this property. We have a training course for Christian youth workers, but as well as that, we have a program that works with unemployed young people and teaches them employment skills. And we also have long-term youth refuge, where kids who've got their lives in a mess can be here for a long time to get it back together again.
A playground scaled for adults was designed and built by these young people.
Guys who are doing the training course, it's not an ivory tower for them because they're learning alongside kids they'll be working with when they leave from this place.
Fusion works all around Australia, and in Bendigo it runs an alcohol-free nightclub.
Well, we responded really to media coverage of underage drinking and I suppose hooliganism in many ways that was portrayed as. We responded by making a non-alcoholic bar and a nightclub feel just like, say, down the street, down the pub. I suppose the dance floor is the big attraction, where we cater for all types of music, secular, Christian, pop, rock, heavy metal. We try and give everybody a taste of what they like.
We tend to be most real to kids that are from disadvantaged background, generally no family support, generally long-term unemployed, homeless young people, generally struggling to get it all together. There seems to be a huge gap for people to cross to get out of their church environment and into the community and in action and relevant to these people.
In almost every dimension of our culture, there can be a Christian response.
Christian Surfers is operating around Australia, on our beaches in Australia. Basically, I guess, is a halfway house between kids on the beach and the church, a place that your average Australian surfer would never think of going to. And we're there on the beaches fair dinkum Christians and fair dinkum surfers. Surfing in itself is an incredibly popular sport and lifestyle in this country, and Christian Surfers, I guess, provides that alternative, and I think it provides a little bit more care for the younger guys of what your average board riders club probably would.
Try to be like Jesus would be in the surf, which in Cronulla is a very hard thing because his waves are very crowded and it's very competitive, and tempers too tend to get a bit short and people tend to get a little frustrated.
Many surfers are loners and some come from, you know, broken families and stuff, and it's great to have a place that's bigger than your own family.
Scripture Union family missions have been part of the history of Australian beach holidays.
Many Australians are really quite suspicious of the denominations. Scripture Union has very, very few professional Christians, clergy or ministers or priests involved. It's made up almost entirely of ordinary lay people who work as plumbers or teachers or doctors or whatever, and they set aside part of their time to go and meet ordinary people on their terms, on their turf. There are two big problems we keep coming across. One is dealing with people who are not ready for the church and providing an environment for them where they can begin to grow as Christians. The other is churches that are not ready for ordinary people. Churches that find it very difficult to relate to average Australians on their terms. People really want to feel as though they belong and that they'll be accepted for who they are and what they are, not as if they've got to dress in a certain way or speak with a certain accent or have certain educational qualifications in order to make the grade.
Most of these people consider their ministry to be low-key and very unassuming, a small one-lane bridge perhaps. But not here. This is mega church.
We have 2,300 members currently. A church should be a very exciting place. The means by which you produce that excitement may not always be spiritual means either, but the end result that you're aiming at must be a spiritual end, where a person is regenerated, where they are converted by the power of God, where their heart comes alive to God.
Come, Holy Spirit, fall afresh on me.
Wake up, O sleeper. Rise from the dead. Christ will pour life into your spirit.
Christian City Church has had 3 buildings over the last 10 years, each one bigger than the last. It has its own Bible college, its own art school, even a television studio.
It's like going to California 15 years ago, watching people jumping up and down to mantras.
I think it was the brightest, happiest place I'd ever been in. I have never seen such happy people dancing, clapping hands and worshipping the Lord, and I thought, this is amazing. This is just amazing.
In Jesus' mighty name.
Christian City Church is a Pentecostal church. Its members believe in demonstrating how God the Holy Spirit changes lives and gives gifts to Christians.
With the adoration of miracles and healings as being the final pursuit, miracleolatry, healingolatry or whatever. It needs to be gone. The salvation of a man's soul or a woman's soul is the primary objective of God. I'd rather go to heaven sick than go to hell healed.
I'm anxious that the movement will, by just addressing the immediate needs of people, will not be a prophetic voice to the Australian community and won't address the major issues of injustice. It will turn people's attention away from social questions and drive them to look inwards. And I think the pursuit for inner values will be illusory.
Now in Jesus' name.
You see similar styles in many mainstream churches, and they've shown us how the younger generation likes to express their faith.
And loose him into the kingdom of God.
If there is criticism, then in a sense, we can rejoice. It says, "Woe unto you if all men speak well of you." Jesus said that.
These days, charismatic practices are to be found in many mainstream churches. This is Northside Community Church of Christ.
In the middle, there's a lot of us average Aussies who are just looking for some positive Christianity in a modern environment with both contemporary and traditional music, and the best, if you like, of both of those other kinds of models.
Since Jesus came into my life, oh, since Jesus came into my life.
I don't think it's very unique, you see. I mean, this is just normal church for me. And what we don't do is we don't beat people to death and tell them what rotten sinners they are. My experience is they already know that.
Into my life he came.
Kind of felt like I was in a nightclub when I first walked in.
Since Jesus.
We had 3 little churches in this lower North Shore region that were going down the tubes, both in terms of the buildings and hardly any people. In fact, we probably run over 300 people here at the moment, and only 14 of those came from those 3 little churches. So, you know, building a stained glass window church in this culture, in this society, and being sort of around here where the offices are and the shops are, was going to be a difficulty for us. So we had to find enough space to worship, enough space for education, enough space to support people in crises, and we had to park the cars. So we bought a factory opposite the big council car park. And I guess you've just got to bloom where you're planted. You've got to take what you think God wants you to do in this place. But one of the things we've got a commitment to here is to help people realise that the church is not a place for little old ladies of both sexes, that it's a place that can challenge people at the top of their career, it can support people in the midst of a relationship crisis or a family breakdown, and it can give little kids some joy and hope. So coming to church is fun and not boring.
Why should it have to be uncomfortable? Why should it be not at all entertaining? It should be entertaining. These people prepare for it, and it's good. It makes it enjoyable, it makes it relaxing.
If people say to me, well, that's not what the Australian church is like, then I'd say that's tough. Maybe we all ought to work a bit harder and try to adopt a model of trying to help people rather than hinder people.
By way of contrast, some churches meet in a house. Every Wednesday night, the Grovers open their family home to a group of friends who pray and preach and do all the stuff a big church does, but in their living room.
I just read 2 verses. Because there is one bread, we who are many are one body, for we all partake of the one bread. And I think that says a lot about what church means for all of us.
A church is, I think, a group of people coming together in Christ's name to share their struggles, their experiences, their joys with one another, and to support one another and to share the gifts that God gives to those people.
And we just remember that.
It was quite difficult, actually, for me to come to the conclusion that we were a church. We meet together after work, usually, We have a meal together. That's a very important part of the night. It's pivotal. We enjoy the relaxation of a meal. We break bread together. We have a sharing time after the meal, which involves the children and often focuses on the children. Depending on what needs arrive during the night, we might anticipate those earlier in the night and leave space for people to talk about the problems that are going on in their own lives.
Just like Michelle panics about the money situation.
I don't think I would survive anywhere near as effectively if I didn't have a close Christian group to meet with as a church.
Alexander, I will try.
Commitment is the real essential difference to me that I never experienced anywhere else.
There are many hundreds of house churches across the country where people seek to find what was missing for them in traditional church life. But there are also mainline denominational churches in some places that meet in houses. This is Rosemeadow Uniting Church.
Well, I grew up in a housing commission area and went to the church that was in the area, but I always felt that the church was there for the people who were on the way out. But in an area like this, it means that people generally have no faith in themselves as people of value. And so they spend a lot of their time tearing each other apart with gossip. And what the church can do in an area like this is reinforce people's value and teach people or encourage people to discover new ways of valuing themselves and therefore being able to value each other.
Well, I think we have got the opinion that a lot of traditional churches treat you as if you either don't even exist, or that maybe a lot of people in housing commission areas don't have the intelligence. You're spoken to in everyday language that you can understand. It's not spoken in traditional church language, and everybody understands it. And you feel far more comfortable because you're not sitting there trying to work out what is being said.
People are often surprised to find Maz Smith is Uniting Church minister, but they are just as surprised to meet the other minister in her family, the Reverend Neil.
I think they were quite confused. Firstly, that the church would come into a residential street. Secondly, they were confused by our appearance because we just